Fox NASCAR is in Lexington, Ohio. Today it's race number 13 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series in 2021 at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course.
Race fans, it's time for the most famous words in all of sports. Here to give the command, please welcome lead technician for B&L Transport, Dwayne Miller.
Drivers, start your engines!
And when you come down pit road, you've got 70 seconds to get all your work done. As long as you do that, you maintain your running position. More on that as we go forward. The green flag is out. We're racing at Mid-Ohio.
We saw how aggressive Ty Gibbs was yesterday in the ARCA race. He wanted to get to the lead. It's so much easier to lead one of these races than trying to...
Oh, man, Noah Gragson.
Yeah, his nose is off. And look at all the smoke from 9 car of Noah Gragson. That's first corner trouble right there.
And what's incredible, and I said he's a good road racer, but I feel like every time we go to a road course this season, he has trouble, and now we've got the 17 of Cody Ware around in the keyhole.
That's because of the oil coming from the 9 car. He's going to lose that engine if he doesn't stop right now. The oil was out. Look at all that damage. Man, so much anticipation, so much buildup. Jamie, you talked about how much these drivers look forward to running road courses, and now his day is done.
Yeah, it's so frustrating, and you know, we talk about it all the time when we see the infield on like a mile and a half of the synthetic turf versus the grass. And one thing I noticed when we were doing the starting lineup, I saw somebody cleaning their tires up, and they actually caught some of the turf just warming their tires up.
Man, such disappointment. Let's see what happened here. You can see everybody kind of slips off the track a bit. Noah couldn't see where he was going, just certainly got way wide. Everybody
was running a little bit wide there, and when the dirt went up, you couldn't really tell where you were. This view is obviously going to be better for us, but you can see Noah Gragson could not see anything as everybody was running a little bit wide in turn 1.
This is a great view from our Fox Sports cameras, as you can see. Bam! Looked like Brandon Brown in the 68 was the first car off, but he didn't catch the inner part of the track where Gragson did, and that pavement that was just past the grass to the right is what ripped his nose off.
Closing on the end of stage 1 at Mid-Ohio for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. While we were away, you actually saw it in our side-by-side. Harrison Burton off track, and he was racing close quarters with his teammate Daniel Hemrick and Justin Haley. This is what happened in the S's before he got off track in turn 1.
Watch this great move by Haley. Hops to the inside. Jamie, you mentioned it during break. Harrison Burton has been kind of holding these guys up, and Haley took advantage of that.
He has been, and that hasn't been a great passing zone, but Justin was able to pull that off. And you see, very similar to what we saw with Noah Gragson, just got a little bit wide right there, Michael. Huge amount of dirt in the splitter, and
wow, and then that right front tore off of it. That'll end his day. And interesting that first corner is causing our guys so much trouble. Obviously, there's not much margin for error there.
But 3 of the top 4 driving for Colleague. You got Justin Haley in 3rd, Jeff Burton in 4th, and Miguel Paludo is off track.
Yeah, he's stuck. And that team used the strategy. They come to bigger. Can he get going?
I'll tell you what,
I'd be impressed.
That's pretty incredible if he's going to be able to get that out of there. I haven't seen anybody be able to do that.
And if he gets it going, it really probably works out okay for him, right? Because if there's no damage, they're just going to have to pit once under the caution. Green and white checkered flag is out. And the opening stage is going to go to A.J. Allmendinger. 2nd is Austin Cindric. Haley, Burton, and Allgaier, the top 5 for A.J. It's his 3rd stage win of the year.
I think these guys have to give a lot of credit. As we watch the replay here, as Burton out dives Snyder, but then takes the whole road away from him. Myatt's like, hey, man, I gave you room. What about me? But what do you think? When you got a guy, accomplished road racer like A.J. Allmendinger, it just helps the whole organization.
Boy, another week, another problem for the 18 of Daniel Hemrick. I mean, it is a broken record for him.
It's over in the S's, too. That's a pretty fur piece from pit road. See the damage it does to the car when you tear up one of those Goodyear tires.
Yeah, that'll most likely rip. You see the crush panels barely hanging on there. It finally came out. And there's so much damage to that car. The battery's actually located right in front of that. It looks like he is going to make it back to pit road, but maybe some damage to that car. And honestly, if I'm one of those cars that's thinking about pitting, I'm going to try to get on pit road right now. So we might get a caution based on the debris that's coming off of his car.
Colleague going to sweep the stages. Stage 1 goes to A.J. Allmendinger. Stage 2 to teammate Justin Haley. Moffitt has been great since his restart line.
Up in the top 5, slides a tire there. Sieg tries to take advantage. Wow, what great action.
Hey, and Sieg, who's not known for his road racing ability, they play this strategy as crew chief Shane Wilson, and he's hanging on up there in the top 5, 4th right now.
Just so he knows it's in the car. You start conserving fuel and taking it easy, and then all of a sudden you look in your mirror and here comes a guy. That makes you a little bit nervous.
You think they told him about Cody Ware, who spins out here coming toward the start-finish line? I don't think Austin needs to know things like this are happening that could cause a caution.
Yeah, Austin Cindric.
Now this might bring the yellow. Jeb Burton.
Is that Myrtle Beach?
This is
that is a caution.
Actually,
there's no doubt. He's stuck right now,
that's
guys.
Not sand, as Jamie pointed out to me earlier.
That is gravel.
It's gravel.
That is gravel. Yeah, or kitty litter.
Now the stadium trucks that were running here earlier today, they could drive right through that. The inside, Gibbs in the middle, and it's A.J. Allmendinger through to the lead. What a pass on the restart by Dinger, and trouble for Cindric, who's off track. No caution yet.
So interesting that Austin Cindric actually chose the outside versus the inside that we've seen all day long. Maybe thinking he could get a little better run. Didn't want Allmendinger right behind him. But AJ was able to get to the inside of those guys. Had the most grip on the inside.
Another look at the restart. The reason we're under caution for a 7th time.
3 wide racing on a road course generally doesn't turn out well. I think Gibbs gave Cindric enough room off the corner, but it was just what was going on behind them that followed up the competition.
Yeah, and honestly, like the through turns 1 and 2 was not bad. Now AJ got a little wide, but they were fine until this happens right here. Like it wasn't going to be that big a deal. I don't think Austin Cindric was in that bad of a position as they came down that straightaway, but when the 54 and the 11 got together, it sent Cindric around.
Riley Herbst around Andy Lally along with Miguel Paludo.
Yeah, Andy's going to be mad at himself. He dropped the right front off on the exit of turn 13. It cost him 3 or... big contact with Riley Herbst and Miguel Paludo.
A caution here would end the race because the leader has taken the white flag. We'll see what happens as now Herbst goes around. Since it's the final lap, I would say they're going to let him race back. Allmendinger starting to pull away. Yeah,
and so is Haley putting some gap between he and Gibbs. Can't believe that tire is still hanging up. That just tells you how tough these Goodyear tires are.
Yeah, and AJ's going to want to have a lead like he has right here because when he gets back around to turn 12, the Regan, he doesn't want to get moved. He has to have a little bit of a cushion, guys.
Especially if Gibbs were to get by his teammate Justin Haley. Colleague running 1-2. And this weekend, AJ told me, is like the Daytona 500 for his car owner, Matt Colleague, whose headquarters is 90 minutes from the track. And what a comeback it would be for Allmendinger.
What if you told Matt Colleague his winning car is going to look like that, and second place is going to look like Haley's does?
I can't wait to hear what AJ says when he gets out of the car. He's going to be super pumped. It'll be a great interview with Allmendinger here.
What a comeback for A.J. Allmendinger. 2nd win of the year, 2nd time he's done it at Mid-Ohio. Ty Gibbs comes home 3rd. His incredible season continues. 7 races, 6 top 5s. And this will be a fun celebration for A.J. Allmendinger, delivering for the boss.
It's always cool when you can win at a track that you know is so important to your owner. For me, getting to win at Indy, the Brickyard, with driving for Chip Ganassi, that was a special moment. I think that AJ and Colleague are going to have that same moment right here.
And look at this.
Want me to go over?
And Matt Colleague, the team owner, giving a big hug to AJ in the celebration right in front of all of the Colleague guests that are over on the other side of the track. So it's a great place to stop and celebrate, not only with the team, but with all the Colleague supporters as well. AJ, what's going through your mind when you get that penalty late in stage 2 and you have to start back in 19?
I mean, I'm not going to lie, I was a little upset. But we win and lose as a team, so I was going to fight until the checkered flag flew. I knew we had the best car. You know what? I'm more damn tired from the celebration there than I'm driving. Woo, I'm old.
Hey, take us to that restart. You put it 3 wide, and ultimately that's what got you the lead.
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked that Cindric took the outside. This Ramco, especially Chevrolet, had some massive rear grip, so I launched in the restart, 54, opened a gap, and I know these guys, they'll do it to me, so I was barreling in there when I saw a gap, and I was going to come out on the other side clean. That's all I got there, Vince. You know what? It's so cool. We're at Matt Collig's home race. We got 3 Ohio sponsors on the car. All these people over here are a part of this race team. We got Mike Shank here, Indianapolis 500 team owner winning, and he came here to see me. Like, how lucky am I?
Hey, I talked to him after you got that penalty, and he said, you watch, AJ's going to come back up through and win.
God, I love Shank. Man,
hey,
it's
all those things that you just mentioned, what's this win mean to you to be able to do that for all these people?
I mean, this is Matt Collig's Super Bowl. I mean, this is what it is. This race here, we got 500, we'll call them Matt Collig people. And, I mean, it's just such a big deal. Like, I always want to win for him, but here I win live. I put a lot more pressure on myself to try to win, and I can't thank all the men and women at Collig Racing, ECR Horsepower, Hyper Ice, Nutrient Ag Solutions, Leaf Filter, Leaf Home Solutions, Ellsworth Advisors, Arai Helmets, because they've always been a part of me, Sparco, they've been with me for so long. Say hi to my wife, I love you. My mom just had knee surgery 2 days ago, so I love you, Mom. I told you I was going to win for you. Mom and Dad, Zena, Mr. Tickles, I love you all, so can't wait to get back to celebrate with you.
For more great NASCAR on Fox content, subscribe to our channel. It's somewhere right around here.